sorry. Oh, okay. This is National Preservation Month. Our Landmarks Foundation, the Colbert County Landmarks Foundation, serves the entire county of Colbert County. And so this is an event that we consider part of our observance of National Preservation Month. And so we welcome any of you to be a part of our organization. It is, our mission is to preserve and to protect landmarks and sites, historic sites of our area, and to educate our communities about the importance of treasuring our history. And so we're just grateful to be here with you. And thank you all for coming out, and it's especially nice that it's Mother's Day weekend and your decoration day. We are really pleased and proud to have with us Kate Monroe. Kate is over here. Step forward so we can all see you. Kate is a library assistant at Huntsville Library now. We met Kate when she graduated in the Public History Department over at UNA and came to help us at Belmont Mansion, where she served as site manager before moving on back to her home in Huntsville. But she has real expertise in cemetery preservation and the cleaning of stones in a way that can't damage them. I'm going to just tell you a few things about her. She maintains the Liberty Hill Cemetery West in Toney, serves on the Madison County Cemetery Rehabilitation Authority, and she prepared the application to have the Winston Family Cemetery, which is located in Sheffield, listed on the Alabama Historic Cemetery Register. And so she may share information about how this cemetery and other cemeteries can be added and be part of that Alabama registry. So Kate, and if you elaborate on any of your other activities, we'd be happy to hear. But I will tell you what she said. She said, I can find it here, believes that the work is crucial because much of a community's history can be discovered by studying its cemeteries. And that's a very true statement. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Kate Monroe. And we made her bring this little microphone, so if it doesn't work and you don't like it, we'll take it off.
Can you hear me?
And okay. Anybody who would like to sit, please come take a chair.
Yeah, we have several chairs if anybody needs one. So like Ninon was saying, I graduated from UNA in 2017. I have a master's degree in public history with a concentration in preservation. And as I was finishing up my degree, I started working on the Winston Cemetery in Sheffield, and that is when I started learning how to clean gravestones in a way that is not harmful. If you know anything about gravestone cleaning, you know that there have been some methods going around for generations, cleaning gravestones with things like vinegar, ammonia, different household cleaners, and we're learning now that that is harmful. And so there are a couple of approved supplies that preservationists recommend. And if you got a handout already, they're listed there on the handout. So one of them is Orvis paste, and it comes in a giant tub. You can get it from a Tractor Supply store. I ordered mine from Amazon, and it was here in 2 days, and it is it's full of paste. It's like a runny, the hotter it gets, the more liquid it becomes. But you only use about 2 spoonfuls to a large spray bottle. So it's going to last a long time. So, you might spend a little bit of money on it, but it's going to last a very long time. The other product that we use is called D2. It's a biological cleaner, and we've got some poured up ready for you. What it does is it's going to kill the moss, mold, lichens, anything that's growing on the stone, living and growing on the stone, it's going to kill that. And we want to get rid of those from a stone because they will hold moisture. And when you have moisture on a stone and the stone freezes, you're going to have cracks. And the more cracks you get, the more damage you get. And eventually the stone is going to just deteriorate. So you want to try to kill that biological growth, but kill it gently without doing damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to first clean with Orvis paste, and we will apply it to the stone, scrub the stone, rinse it really, really well, and then we will apply D2 and walk away. Now you can go ahead and scrub with D2 if you've got a stone that's just completely covered and in biological growth. You can go ahead and scrub it with D2 as well. But what D2 does is if you apply it to the stone and walk away, as long as it doesn't rain within 12 hours, it's going to continue to kill that biological growth. So over time, the stone is going to become more and more clean. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, a couple of things that people might not realize. Don't clean a stone if it is going to be below freezing temperatures within 48 hours. Because again, when water is on a stone, it creates cracks. So you don't want to clean in freezing temperatures. So this is not a winter activity. The other thing is, if you're cleaning in August in Alabama and it's 100 degrees outside, you don't want to pour cold water straight out of the pipe onto a hot stone. Again, that just drastic change in temperatures is going to create some tiny little fractures that will grow over time. So a lot of the damage that you can do to a stone, you're not going to be able to see it, but your grandkids will. So just keep that in mind. If anybody has any specific questions, you can go ahead and ask, and then I will do a little demonstration. Yes?
I've got 2 in Lawrence County and 4 in Clay County that are cast concrete.
Concrete.
You're like that. These 2 right over there, the one with the point, it looks like a texture of concrete.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can use D2 on concrete. You can use D2 on granite, marble, concrete. You can even use it on wood. It's, like I said, it's a gentle biological growth killer. And Orvis is the same. It's gentle. It's a gentle soap. It's used on vintage fabrics and as a pet shampoo, so it's not going to harm the stone in any way. So yeah, that would be.
They're from the 1920s and 1990s.
Yeah, you could definitely use it on that. Anybody else? All right, he was asking about cleaning a concrete stone,
Or
and you can.
it may be a limestone. Well, I mean, it has the texture. It looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like to say they're real old.
Yeah, you can use it on limestone or concrete. Basically, anything that you're going to find a stone to be made of, you can use it on. And like I said, you can even use it on your wood deck if you've got moss growing on it. All right. Does anybody have any more questions?
One question, maybe 2.
Uh-huh.
So, is there a way to purchase something that you can put on the stone as a sealant to actually?
Not that I know, not that I'm aware of. So there is on the handout that you have on the back, or on it's the side with the long list on it.
Okay.
It has a list of resources. One of those is the Cemetery Conservators for United Standards.
Okay.
And what they have done is taken advice from the experts, like the National Park Service, and compiled all of the advice from the experts into one website. So it's going to have information on how to clean, how to photograph, what not to do, what you can use on a stone and what you can't. So you might search that website and see if there's anything specific, but I haven't found it yet.
Well, I got another.
Yes.
Do you need products?
You don't. So if you just want to get D2, you can just get D2, clean with D2, and walk away, and it'll clean up nicely for you. The reason that we clean first with Orvis is because Orvis is cheaper. And Orvis is going to remove the dirt, the soot, any sort of grime that's on it. The Orvis is going to wash that away. And then when we spray it with D2, the D2 is going to be able to work more easily. You're not going to have to use as much or reapply it as much. So that's why we use Orvis first.
I thought of another question.
Yes.
My cousin, he's buried down in Clay County, he has a bronze marker.
So you can use it on bronze.
You can't use it on bronze.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I was over at a friend of mine's dad died the other day, and I went to the visitation. A friend of mine has one that's kind of a two-tone green,
Yeah.
and it looks horrible now. He'll be dead 14 years this summer.
Yeah, so for the bronze markers, there's actually some specific information on that cemetery conservator's website. They haven't exactly perfected the art of cleaning a bronze marker yet, but the D2 is not going to hurt it. So you could use it on a bronze.
I'd have to talk to his brother or sister-in-law about it.
Okay. Ninon?
In reference to a sealer, I know on old brick, it's not recommended to put
Right.
a sealer because it's designed, it needs to.
It has
be able
to breathe.
Okay.
So I don't know whether that, maybe Danny knows. Danny, do you know, because you've got a house that you're.
Yeah, I know about the brick, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure about
So I would be hesitant to put a sealer on
Yeah.
a stone, at least without checking. That's
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't.
your knowledge.
I haven't
That's not
seen.
professional.
I haven't seen anything recommending it, but there may be something there. All right. Any more questions? And I'll get started. If you want to move in a little bit so you can see better. The key here is water. You can never have too much water. You want to keep the stone wet, keep your brushes wet the entire time. You don't want to brush a dry stone with a dry brush because it's going to scrape it. So I've got water. I've got water in this jug, Orvis in my little one with the black top, and then D2 in my red one. To me, it's easier to pump. But so I'll get started. So you're going to wet it first with water. Make sure you really soak it. Okay. And then once it's really nice and soaked, they recommend that you can scrape off any large growth with a plastic scraper, not metal. It has to be plastic or even like a wooden tongue depressor. I don't personally like to scrape it, so I'm not going to. But then I will apply Orvis paste. Like I said, I just put 2 little spoonfuls out of a plastic spoon in this and then filled it the rest of the way with water. Right. And then I've got my brush. It's a soft bristled brush, so you want to use a soft bristle so that you're not creating damage. Let's see, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to sit over here. I'm going to wet my brush. Again, you can never have too much water. And then you're just going to scrub in circles. You want to be careful. Stones can move. They can tip over. So you want to make sure that it's sturdy before you start. And while you're scrubbing, if you've got one that's not exactly 100% sturdy, you just want to keep a hand on it, but don't put any weight on it. Because again, it can tip over, and I've never had a stone tip over on me, but I would imagine it would hurt. So you're just going to scrub that. And if you could see the color of the water, you would know that we're really getting a lot of grime off of there. This is a messy activity, so always dress appropriately. This one had some mud on it. So what the Orvis is going to do is clean off your Alabama red dirt. So it's going to just wash that right off of there. Get some more on there. I'm breaking stuff over here, Ninon. All right.
Already coming clean. Not cleaner. That's just water. That's good to see.
So, yeah, this was your water and Orvis paste. Let's give it a good little rinse so you can see. So you can see that dirty water running over there. Okay, so at this point, I would probably go in with Orvis again, and I have a little toothbrush, and I would sort of really pay attention to those letters and kind of scrub around. You get a lot of growth within the engravings, so you would pay attention to those and really scrub them well. Again, you're not using all of your strength and really scrubbing